Welcome back to another 30-day progress video for my YouTube channel. So last month I stated that it was the 9-month progress video, I believe, because I did a quarterly review. Turns out I was actually behind a month, and well, no, I am. Yeah, no, I recorded it. Point is, we're on our 11-month, not our 10-month. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch these videos. Now let's get into exactly what we're here to talk about today. The month of January. So the month of January was interesting to say the least. What happened in the month of January is a direction shift. And what I mean by that is we have been focusing on trying to figure out how to acquire clients, as every company typically does. But we were lacking in one major area, which was authority, our authority in the AI space. We don't have YouTube videos. We don't have much social media going on. We're not running ads. Most of our connections are made through warm connections, LinkedIn DMs, DMs on school, connections we already know in real life, and that's a very slow and taxing way to do things. So what we decided to start doing is saying, hey, let's take a step back and how can we actually create authority in this space? And that's the major thing that we decided to focus on this month is creating authority, which is going to be in the education route. Now, we've got a few things to talk about in this video, but before we dive into education, the the first thing that I want to touch on is my partnership or agreement with RBP, which is my longest standing client. We've continued to work together. We don't plan on stopping anytime in the near future. We've worked things out and things are moving in the right direction. They've learned that voice agents should not be the only AI service that they offer. And so, what they're doing with that is they're creating a platform that is going to be like a one stop shop for roofers, which is really freaking cool. They're going to have a bunch of different things that they can automate out there on this platform. And they're going to then use their network to get roofers to come, or they're going to advertise for this platform. Roofers will then come and essentially shop for things that they can implement in their business. If they like what it sounds like, or if they like the product description and they think the price fits, then they place a bid on it, or they pay for it essentially. Once they pay for it, vendors like myself or other people will then go into essentially bidding for the job. How much are we willing to do this for? And so I think that that's going to help bring in a lot of revenue, and it will eliminate a lot of the back and forth that I've been having, which is just trying to find more clients. And I think this is going to be a platform that allows us to attract more work than originally anticipated using RBP. So that's really good. Plus, we understand the roofing industry pretty well at this point, right? So that's one direction. But now let's look at the education route, right? So we're focusing on two educational routes. The first route is going to be a company based education. Now, what that looks like is we noticed that a lot of companies are wanting to use AI, but they don't really know how to use AI. And so, what that means is people like us can go in and now educate them to teach them how to effectively use AI in the workspace. Where this is going to be especially predominant is we believe in the UK. The UK has a lot more strict rules that they have to be governed by, such as GDPR, the AIEU Act, and just other generalized regulations that they need to be concerned with. So AI usage in the UK is a lot more difficult than it is here in the United States. So that's why we're targeting the UK, more specifically the travel industry. I have a connection that has over almost 250,000 followers on LinkedIn for the travel industry, and all of these followers are travel industry professionals. There's probably some people that are there to just want to travel in general, but a vast majority of the people on there are people that actually work in the travel industry. So we're going to use this network to see how we can get into this industry. We have a few plans. We're going to launch some free webinars in there, or host some free webinars and attract some people. And the hope is to be able to get people interested in having us come in and talk with their employees. So now that we have that out of the way, the next thing that we're focusing on is going to be school, not SCHOOL like university, school as in SKOOL, which has communities on there. Many of you who are watching this probably already know about school, but essentially, I launched a school community, I think, August of last year. I've been pretty slow on the works for it because I've had so many other things going on. I can make excuses all day long. I'm not trying to riddle you with excuses, but I partnered with somebody else who wants to do the same thing. And so we've moved away from my community and started working on his community or our community. His name is Alan Vo, and Alan has been phenomenal to work with. So let me just pause this and go over to a different screen here. So here's the school community. Now I know it's not much right now. However, we launched back in October. We started it back in October, and we haven't really messed with it much until now. So we're currently in the background recording videos, getting stuff put out there, and the whole sole purpose of this is to take people put people into a 90-day program and then say go from absolutely zero experience with no clients and take you up to acquiring your first client in 90 days. And if you don't get your first client in 90 days, the money back guaranteed, no questions asked. Can't really beat a money back guarantee. So what we're doing here is, let me go over to my community, which is where I started this, and now we're going to migrate it over to this community. So what it's going to look like, we'll go into the classroom here, and we're going to have a 90-day program, all 90 days listed out, where you come in here and you just watch these videos, and these videos are going to teach you how to go through the steps. One of the most important things about this is an accountability tracker. So you'll have the ability to open this up and keep track of all your progress each day. There'll be a brief overview or the lesson that you'll learn, and then you will correlate that to the lesson that is here in the school community. So if you would like to hop on now, I know that there's not much in here. Even this classroom doesn't have much. But what we're going to do is we're going to keep this cheap. The original price that we are going to do when it's fully launched and 100% ready with all 90 days is going to be $97 a month, but that's not what we're charging now. We're going to launch this for an early adopters rate of $29 a month. So for less than $30 a month, you get an early adopters rate, and that will be locked in for lifetime for you. Okay? Now we're doing this so that we can get some supporters in here, so that as we start putting classes in here, we're going to be able to start getting your feedback. And that's so important for us, because if we're not delivering on the promise, we need to not only know why, but also how in the areas we're doing this. What we don't want to do is to develop all 90 days and then launch it for the full price with no proof that anybody's even interested in it, and then realize we just wasted hundreds of hours getting this created. And so we need people like you to come in and show us, hey, I'm interested in seeing what this is about. I support you. Let's go ahead and get this thing moving. And if you're not satisfied, you can reach out to us and we'll give you your money back as well, too, for that. So let's go ahead and get this started. If you're interested in joining the community, hop in here, but this is more of an individual base. And what I will offer right now is, if you do join at the $29 a month, I will give you a free 1-hour meeting with myself to just start teaching you whatever knowledge I can in a 1 hour time period. Traditionally, I'd sell consulting calls for $500 an hour. So my time is very valuable to me, and I don't want to undervalue it here, but I also need to be able to give something back to the community. So if you sign up now, since there's not much in the classroom yet, I will give you a 1 hour free meeting with myself. How does that sound? So go ahead and jump in here, get started, give us your feedback, let us know how we can improve. What are the things that you would like to see in here so we know what to make videos about? We already have a full 90-day roadmap designed, but we're also going to have other side videos that are outside of the 90 days because 5 days of work, Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday are development days. Development days, personal development days, are days that you can do anything that you want as long as it's focused on moving forward. And we will have sections in the classroom that will be designed to assist you with at least learning to move forward in that direction. So we're going to have a full breakdown of how to use N8N, a breakdown of how to build voice agents using VAPI. We're going to have marketing courses. We'll have client acquisition courses. We're going to have all the courses. And we're even partnering with a marketing agency that will be able to go in and assist you with your sales funnel that we can connect you with as well. So there's a lot of things moving in here. If any of this sounds interesting to you, go ahead and join this. You know, I've been in a lot of school communities. I've paid for a lot of school communities. And the one thing that I can say that is the same across almost all of them is that nobody teaches you how to get your clients. And I feel like I'm uniquely positioned to do that because I had no coding knowledge, I had no technical knowledge, I didn't understand really what AI was, but I quit my job, dove headfirst into this AI business, and acquired my client within my first 30 days. It was 28 days exactly that I got my first client. So I think I'm uniquely positioned to be able to say I know how to move you through the right directions for this. So aside from this, now, I've told you about the education route, or I've told you about the RBP route that we're doing. I've told you about the education route. Hold on, give me one moment here. All right, sorry about that. I had to take that call, and I do not edit my videos, so we're not even going to go back and try to figure out how to cut that out. I don't remember where I stopped off at. I know I was talking about the community, but anyways, if this sounds interesting, you want to show some support, get in on the early adopters rate, go in and join the community. The link is down below. I'll give you my personal school link, and I'll give you the link to this one that's going to be the $29 a month, and hopefully I'll see you there. Now, the next thing that we want to do is we're going to talk about my to-do list that I've created. Now, this thing right here might not look like much, but this has absolutely helped me. It has changed the game for how I do conduct my work. And so, what this does is it captures my meetings that I have and it determines who was on the meeting with me and it gives an owner associated with it. And then it creates to do lists and tasks. And so, what that looks like is this is the automation behind it. Captures the meeting, converts it into structured data that's needed, determines if it's a lengthy meeting or not, if it needs to be recorded, and then detects duplications. If it's already been recorded, then it detects the dupe recorder. And then the AI agent here, what this does is this creates tasks. So as you can see here, the output is one long JSON string. And then this code breaks it into, as you can see, 7 different items. So it turns it into 7 different tasks that was created. Those tasks then get pushed into the Google Sheet that I showed you. And then this takes each task and it loops over each item and creates a document for how to do this task. Not all tasks need to know how to do it, obviously, but some of them, if it's like a big task like create this course, it will be able to look through the transcript and determine what was talked about on the meeting, some of the highlights, and then it will determine how to create the course and it will create a document for it. So if we go back over to the to-do list, we can look over here at these documents. and then it's created the document and plan and launch free LinkedIn webinars. That's something that we're going to work on this month, or the month of February, anyways. And then it goes over everything. So the summary, initial go-to-market will focus on the travel industry due to strong existing networks via Adrian. Webinars will start free to build credibility, refine messaging, and warm leads before charging later. And then the execution plan, implementation steps, validation and quality assurance, delivery and wrap up, checklist, risks and mitigation, communication and follow up. And so now I have a document that I can drop into ChatGPT and say, hey, this is the task that I need to do. This is the document that we have to reference. Help me complete this task and walk me through what needs to do for it. So if I'm trying to create this LinkedIn webinar, it can help me create exactly what the focus needs to be and how to accomplish the task. And all these tasks are like that. And then what happens when I check this to a done status? It gets put over to this sheet right here, the done sheet. And now this done sheet allows me to go back through when I go and create these these monthly videos like this. I can now go through and say, hey, what did I do? I met with Adam to finalize an RBP maintenance agreement. Gave this to-do list to Miguel. Proposed our affordable hourly rate model. We had a guy that we partner with in India that went to a tech convention that wanted to sponsor our voice agent products. So I had to create a document that outlined like the price list when people asked about pricing. So that's a lot of different things that we did, and I could go through here and tell you everything that I did all month, but I don't want to sit here and eat up all of your time. The point is where we're headed and the direction we're going in. And everything that happened this month was building to go in that direction. Another thing that we're doing is we're meeting with a marketing team that is going to go to market for our voice agent solutions. And so that's going to be really cool. So we're going to have the education route on the side for both company based and individual based, school versus company. We have the RBP that's we're still working on that. And then we also have this marketing campaign where a team of people are going to load our calendars up with potential prospects that are interested in getting our voice agents. So that's a lot of the things that we're working on. That's kind of how this month has been. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe to the video. Add a comment down below. If you would like to join the school community for an early adopter rate, go ahead and join the school community. If you would like to get a free 1-hour meeting with myself, which is typically charged at $500 an hour, join the school community for only $29. And help us continue to move forward with this. If you like anything that I'm saying, go ahead and continue to follow the progress. You can look back at all the other monthly progress videos. I feel like I'm uniquely positioned to be able to teach people how to acquire their first clients, because when I started this, I was able to get my first client in less than 30 days. And this program is designed to teach people how to get their client in the first 90 days or their money back guaranteed. So go ahead and join the community. We will see you there, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Sorry for such rough edits, by the way. I don't edit my videos. I don't believe in that. I believe in completely raw, unfiltered, just going through the months, going through the motions, showing people what we've done, and moving in the direction that we need to. If you're interested in seeing the money that we made last month, it's nothing special. I'll pause this and show you now. This is a brief overview. I know I always do this every month. Every time I do make one of these videos, it definitely went down. I'm not going to lie, the income went down, but that's primarily because we decided to retarget our direction. We're not focusing as much on trying to find find warm outreaches anymore right now. We're focused on trying to build something up. So last month was pretty low. Also, it was right after the holidays. Companies are spending less money. So this is the money you're seeing here is mostly from maintenance that was acquired through RBP. So Anyways, that's the end of the video. Thanks for taking time to watch this, and I will see you again next month.